Disappearance. I mentioned disappearance the other night. I did. I mentioned that I came across the video finally. One of the videos, I think it was in at least two videos, where someone talked about disappearing. So I thought about it a little bit more tonight, and I heard something that kind of made me think, are they sending a subtle message in music? So sometimes silence speaks the loudest. When the pressure rises and the truth closes in, some people don't stand tall. They disappear. They vanish from accountability or duck the consequences or hide behind pseudonyms and diversion. But here's the truth. Disappearance is not innocence. It's a tactic. So tonight on Analyze This Mess, we're talking about D for disappear. All right. What it means when people ghost the truth, how disappearing can be strategic, and why it always leaves a trail. All right, disappear. D for disappear. Let me make sure my phone is turned down. We're probably going to make this another quick one, okay? Yes, it's been a good day, a long day, and it's really the beginning of a new week. But let's just talk about disappear. D for disappear. Vanishing act can equal avoidance also. When someone suddenly disappears in the middle of conflict or exposure, it's not coincidence. It's usually self-preservation. This is what I've been reading. So disappearing doesn't always mean going silent either. pseudonyms and aliases. Sometimes it means switching names, locations, or identities to reset the game. In legal disappearance or maneuvering, evading service. That's a big one right now. Filing anonymously, using fake addresses. It's not just disappearance, it's deliberate obstruction. Okay? So watch when someone disappears after something's filed or exposed. It often signals they're regrouping, perhaps for a counter attack. Remember last week, this same time, I said something's probably going to be filed on Monday. And sure enough, another filing came in last Monday. Since then, it's been, quiet, nothing. Still waiting to hear the response from, or a very important response or ruling from the judge. We've talked about digital footprints. They never lie. They may vanish publicly, but browser histories, server logs, and sudden account activity always leave a trace. So, even though it might appear that things are vanishing, I guess I could say that, yeah, or disappearing. In the age that we live in, technology, internet, there's a footprint always. Things can be recalled. Yeah. So that even though they've disappeared, they can reappear. Disappearing to control the narrative. Ghosting allows them to avoid immediate scrutiny. So they can come back later with a spin, edited story, or a new identity. This individual has endless identities. Using disappearance to play victim. They ran me off. That could be an excuse. You've heard it before by, maybe someone you know. We just put it in something more practical. Person might say, I had to disappear, for my peace of mind or my safety. That often comes after they've been caught instigating or manipulating. Yes. Some people even check out emotionally before they disappear physically. So when I talk about disappear or disappearance, one might think I'm speaking of, physically. Yes. That's what most people think about, something disappears. It's no longer there. However, watch for detachment or projection or sudden disengagement to give you clues when someone has emotionally just checked out. Sometimes when people disappear or things disappear. Sometimes they return with, they can reinvent themselves. Reinvention. Like when they reappear, it's never random. It's often with a new angle, an excuse, or distraction, or disappearance. They might say, well, that was part of my rebranding. But just because someone disappears doesn't mean they're right. Sometimes they disappear because they know they're wrong. And just because someone disappears doesn't mean they're gone. Sometimes they might just be lurking in the shadows. Have you ever heard the saying, every shut eye isn't always asleep? I'm sure someone has heard that before. Not every shut eye is asleep. Oh, yes, I could talk a lot more about this subject. Disappear or disappearance. Or is something getting ready to happen? You know, something around that theme, disappearance or disappear. I just wonder. Like a gut feeling again? Intuition, perhaps? Distancing, preparing, preparation, the mindset, their audience. What are people actually saying? Just, continue watching and listening carefully, because I can assure you they're watching, waiting, and or planning for sure their next move. So I have to remain alert, yeah, because just like I said a few moments ago, just because they disappear doesn't mean they're gone. When they vanish, watch closer. They may be quiet, but they're still in the game. Gone silent, but not gone. All related. All of it. Wow. Maybe a self-imposed disappearance, evasion. I heard the lyrics from something I listened to. Said I should have left a long time ago. I don't even know how I got here, but I gotta go. It seems like that was played some time ago. Maybe there's been a revision to the lyrics. I don't know. I didn't look them up. But I listened to something recently. Recent. Could the music, the art, could it be encoded with a message? Maybe indirect, or a way to signal something or create avoidance or confusion, or is it just a song? Or can it be a shadow of what is to come? Could it be psychological? Narrative? Don't ask me why. You'll see, they said. This isn't how my life's supposed to be. Is it just an expression? D for disappear. But there are signs and there are patterns that are just inescapable. All part of the plan. Some things I don't think are random. I think they're deliberate. Anything else? I think I'm going to, just wrap it up. Under 30, how about that? Oh boy. Recharge, regroup, and get ready for the next step. You all right? Yeah. All right. I'm going to leave it there. I am. Just like that. Biggest bear hugs go out to all the grizzlies and the honey bears. Please hit the like on your way out. Join me sometime tomorrow. And thank you for just a brief moment of your time. Yeah. But now it's time to say good night. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Good night.